quite a collaboration. But I've got to say, people who kicked it off and the people who started it, and I think we owe a real round of gratitude, is Rick. I think they pulled together all the community organizations. They got on the table a lot of the issues that allowed us to use as a jumping off point. And without their efforts, I think it would have been a less than good outcome on this. I think we probably would have missed a lot of things. So I think we really need to thank them very much. And Jessica Lappin, who worked with them and got a lot of their points in a letter that allowed us to then get it into the specifics of the contract. And there's an important point on monitoring of this that I think hasn't come up yet. Originally, we were talking about having a construction committee and monitoring it, and then what happens if things get off track? Well, we would try to make sure that things got back on track. What we've got now in this agreement is the state agreeing to help us monitor. So we'll be working with the city to do the monitoring. If there are disagreements that things are being done correctly, we've got a guarantee from New York State that they will get in the middle of it and that they'll give us a 5-day turnaround. We don't have to wait for quarterly meetings or anything. So I think that might keep people a little bit, I guess, happier with the way the monitoring will be done. I want to particularly thank Charlene, too, because she really stuck to her guns on a lot of things here, and that's a tough thing to do, and Dawn and the staff. Here's something you've probably never heard me say before. Hopefully I'll be saying it again. New York State, not New York City, but New York State has come through like gangbusters for us. They're the people who made this happen. They're the ones who put up the $1 million a year, and you'll hear a revised resolution from Dawn, which I guess will explain the specifics. I guess I don't want to steal your thunder with it, but well, I mean, everybody heard 1.4 per year. The state's share being $1 million. Do you want me to explain this? Or?
You can certainly say what your views are. I mean, what I would say at the end about the board is after I take the vote, and I just struck me as out.
We were concerned that everybody's heart's in the right place, but budgets change as administrations change. And we were concerned that the funding might get lost in a new budget process with a new administration. So we'd asked the administration to go back to the drawing board and to, in fact, give us all of the money up front, maybe not on day one, but definitely to be completed before this administration ends in 2018. So we don't have the exact spread of the money. It may come in a lump sum. It may come in in equal parts over the next 5 years, or 3 parts, or something. But the resolution now says that the funding will be complete by December 31st, 2018, before this administration leaves. So there was something in it that said, subject to the state's budgeting approval that I think Rick had asked about. We're a state authority, so everything we do is subject to the state's budget approvals. Okay? And I guess that's really all I have to say, that the truth will, or the truth of whether or not this is a good agreement will only come out when everything starts and we see how well the monitoring is. I think Cornell wants to be good neighbors. They've said it many, many times, and I'm going to hold them to their word. And if they do want to do that, we're very happy to work with them. And if they don't, we're very happy to go to the city and the state with them to make sure things change. So
I was discussing with Howard a few minutes ago that the baton is handed off RD, so we used to punt the real estate development issue. Now it's an operations issue.
And when we get it, we want to hear it in that value.
right. Yes, it's not that. Well, they heard that.
I would be happy to share Margie and Charlene and maybe many other people's view that the current administration will last in 2018. I expect to work towards that end. I would also point out that as long as our governor goes riding on motorcycles next to Billy he might not make it. And Joe runs into things all the time. Point being that stuff happens. And it's the disasters that we're not prepared for that hurt us the most. And I hope that everybody involved will work to get that front-loaded funding in place the earliest possible opportunity and assume nothing.
Hey, David, Margie, he talked about the importance of the funding. This is to be memorialized in the Memorandum of Understanding, which I understand will be executed along with a lot of other papers. And our resolution tonight may well reflect the importance of that memo in the execution. I believe Don might have something to clarify about that.
Well, my understanding is, we will take a vote, but my understanding from the conversation as I'm hearing it from Margie and Howard, and if any of the other members disagree, let me know, is that we would wind up with a resolution tonight that sounds something like this. The adoption of this resolution, and that's the resolution you have in front of you tonight in your materials that's publicly available, is conditioned upon the full execution of an agreement concerning New York State's contribution to RIOC as outlined in option 2 of the term sheet. That's also in the materials, with payment fully made by December 31st, 2018, in connection with the corporation's agreement to amend the master lease to facilitate the Cornell project. So I think that's what Margie and Howard were both looking for me to articulate. That's obviously subject to a motion being made, a vote being taken, and the board expressing their view. But that is the point that's clarifying the point both of you were trying to make.
Right, and the payments to be completed by that date would represent net present, equivalent net present value to the stream of payments that we've had under discussion. And we've been talking about, I guess, 5% discount rate for working those calculations with the escalations that are stated.
And then it's the reason for the conditional resolution, as I understand it, is because in the heat of negotiations and just wrapping everything up, it was difficult for the state to have a signed agreement for tonight's meeting. It will be done, when the other papers are done.
Thank you very much. I've been given to understand that the state from time to time does other things other than RIOC's business.
Is there other comments?
Only this, Charlie, you're the one that's signing the corporation, right?
Yes.
Are you prepared to give your fountain pen to Judy Birdie afterwards? I'll move it.
I'll second.
Chairman Pound,
Aye.
Ms. McCann,
Aye.
Ms. Christian,
Aye.
Mr. Pallavi,
Aye.
Mr. Shinazaki, Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Dr. Grimm,
Aye.
Mr. Kraut. And just to be clear for the record, each of these votes was subject to the proposed resolution that I just read. I'll just go through again to make sure it's applied to that first. Commissioner Towns,
Aye.
Ms. McCann,
Aye.
Ms. Christian, Mr. Pallavi,
As subject to the conditional language that you mentioned. Yes.
Mr. Shinazaki, Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Dr. Grimm,
Aye.
Mr. Kraut,
I'll go aye, as long as you change the word condition to contingent.
either one works with
Sorry,
the
do it
J. The ayes have it, and we're not going to vote everyone in again, so the way we'll do it is, the adoption of this resolution is conditioned or contingent upon the full execution of an agreement concerning New York State's contribution to RIOC as outlined in option 2 of the term sheet, with payment fully made by December 31st, 2018, in connection with the corporation's agreement to amend the master lease to facilitate the Cornell project.
Thank you very much to all, both staff as well as directors. Tough process, but I think that we are in a good place to continue and to make sure to keep eyes as we Item 8 is the presentation.